Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am glad we're here together. Yes, indeed. Happy Monday to you and your loved ones, wherever you're joining us from today, whether you're joining us live right now, good morning to you, or indeed joining us later, a big good morning to you as well. If you're joining us for the recordings, but please do the same. Leave us a message. Let us know where you're joining in from, and indeed who is joining in with you, so we can say hi to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Another lovely week of stories awaits, and we're here. We're back. Story time is here. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Please let us know where you are. I see you, Sarah and Nathan, already in the house. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I hope that you had a lovely weekend. Yes, I had a good weekend too. Lots of soccer and also relaxed. Got to see some friends. Yeah, really good. So I hope that yours was equally good or even better. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Welcome. We do have a lovely book to kick us off today, and this one is called Because of an Acorn. And this one is written by Lola M. Schaefer and Adam Schaefer, and illustrations by Frann, Preston-Gannon. And of course, we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in today. Happy that we're here together. Yes, let us read this one. Because of an acorn. What happens? Thank you so much for being here. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a lovely story with us. Thank you for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? And you say happy Monday from Sarah and Nathan in blue skies with white fluffy clouds, Illinois. Love it, love it, love it. Please keep those descriptions coming. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And of course, good morning to you as well, Amanda West. I'm glad that you're here with us today. Thank you for being here. And indeed, thank you for kicking us off today. Thank you, thank you. Good morning to you, Tara McNamara. How are you doing today? And you say good morning from Clara and Erin, and you're home from Vermont. Well, thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad you traveled, and of course, still brought us along with you on your travels. I love that. Thank you so much for doing that. And indeed, I hope that you enjoyed the story time while traveling, but also I hope that you enjoyed your traveling to the most. And indeed, welcome back home, and I hope that everything is okay. Thank you so much for joining in today. Very hot in Massachusetts. Oh my goodness. Please find ways to hydrate, to stay cool. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Here out in Oakland, I think we might be having a high of 70, so not too bad here. Maybe you should visit Oakland next. Thank you so much for joining in. Clara and Erin, and of course Tara McNamara, thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, have a pleasant time traveling out in very hot Massachusetts today. Thank you so much for being here. Pamela, Courtney, how are you doing? Chad, Braylon, Auntie Ann, Auntie Kim, still around. Thank you so much for joining us. And indeed, I hope that you are having a lovely time out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Hot and humid today. Wow, wow, wow. It sounds like you and Massachusetts today need those fans out, or those ice cream. Everything good needs to be out today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Welcome, Pamela Courtney. Hugs to you. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And of course, Braylon, Chad, Auntie Ann, Auntie Kim. Welcome to Storytime. Thank you for being here. Absolutely love it. Good morning to you. Clara wants to know why you moved Spider-Man. He moved on his own. He moved on his own. Spider-Man, you have to stay on this side. Well, I'll give you this. Good eye noticing that one. Spider-Man keeps moving. Spider-Man, you have to stay on your side. Thank you so much for joining in today. And he got tired of standing too, so he decided to sit today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for noticing that. Clara, thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, so Spider-Man moved. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, Soraya. How are you doing right here in Oakland? Soraya, I'm so glad that you've been joining us on Storytime Lives. I'm glad that our timing aligns. Thank you so much for being here today. And of course, Sharon Lungo, good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I am glad you are here. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Henry, thank you so much for joining in. And Henry, I do have something for you. I don't know if you can see behind me. Do you remember this one? Thank you so much for joining in, Henry. Great art indeed. And yes, thank you for sending that to me. Thank you. Appreciate it. And as you can see, it has a special place in here. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. How are you doing? And of course, Marietta as well. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Marietta, cannot wait for the book. Cannot wait. Thank you so much for joining in. And I hope that you have a lovely time out in Massachusetts as well. Good morning to you, Braylon and Chad, waving hello to Henry. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good morning to you. We're about to get started with our story for today. And this one is called Because of an Acorn. And this one, yes, coming to you from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And it is written by Lola M. Schaefer and Adam Schaefer, and illustrations by Frann Preston-Gannon. I love that name. Frann Preston-Gannon. Sounds strong. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy, as our story will be starting very shortly. After this short break, join me on the other side. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you all.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lydia Yamaguchi. I'm one of the co-founders of Storytime with Mr. Lamata way back in 2020. And I am so glad that you are here to enjoy this story today. We love being able to bring these stories to people all over the world. And we hope that you share this with someone that you love too. Before I go, I want to remind you to drink some water today, move your body in a way that feels good, be kind to yourself, and be kind to someone else too. Again, thank you so much for being here. We love it, and enjoy this story. Thanks again.
Welcome back. Thank you, Lydia, for that lovely message. And indeed, please do be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. And yes, let's I know that places are hot today, and if you check the weather wherever you are and see what you need to do before you go outside, or indeed if you're staying home, see what you can do to make sure that you're indeed okay and taken care of. Thank you so much for joining in. Because of an Acorn. And I thought today too, just wanted to read the description as well, because the text itself is very minimal, so I just wanted to read kind of the description of it, and then we're going to read a little bit at the end as well, just some of the back matter on it and some extra information as well. But here it says, because of an acorn, a tree grows, a bird nests, a seed becomes a flower. The enchanting book effortlessly illustrates the vital connections between the layers of an ecosystem. And we'll talk about what an ecosystem is, just to remind ourselves. Wander down the forest paths to learn how every tree, flower, plant, and animal is connected in spiraling circles of life. An acorn is just the beginning. All right, so this is our book for today, Because of an Acorn, written by Lola M. Schaefer and Adam Schaefer, and illustrated by Frann Preston-Gannon. And we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. Because of an acorn, because of an acorn, a tree. Because of an acorn, a tree. Because of a tree, a bird. Because of an acorn, a tree. Because of a tree, a bird. Because of a bird, what do you think? Because of a bird, a seed. Because of a bird, a seed. Because of a seed, a flower. Because of a seed, a flower. And because of a flower, what do you think? Because of a flower, a fruit. What's your snack today? Is it a fruit? Because of a flower, a fruit. Because of a fruit. What do you think? Because of a fruit? What is it? What could it be? Because of a fruit, a chipmunk. Is that what you were expecting? Because of a fruit, a chipmunk. And because of a chipmunk, what do you see? Because of a chipmunk, what is it? Oh my goodness. Do you see what I see? A snake. Because of a chipmunk, a snake. Watch out, little chipmunk. Mr. Snake is looking for dinner. Because of a snake, whoa, a hawk. Oh my goodness. Because of a snake, a hawk. Whoa. Isn't that crazy too, how big the snake looked when you look at it next to the chipmunk? And then when you see it next to the hawk. Oh my goodness. Because of a hawk, what could it be? Because of a hawk. An acorn! Oh my goodness. Because of a hawk, an acorn. And because of an acorn, if you know it, say it with me. Because of an acorn. And look at that. I love that the pages have that design in them. Wow. A forest. Yes, indeed. Because of an acorn, a forest. Remember the book description said, an acorn is just the beginning. There are a few things, though. That is the end of our story for today. But there are a few things I just wanted to share still before we end. And it's just in the back, on the back, of course, it talks about some of the little things. What can you do to help? And also just a little bit of explanation on why trees are important. Why what an ecosystem is. And so let's just read a bit of that, and then we're going to look at some ways that we can help, right? All right, here we go. White oak trees are a foundation species in the forest of the Cumberland Plateau, a large tract of land located west of the Appalachian Mountains in the southern United States. It contains parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama, and is one of the richest, most biologically diverse areas in the world. The white oak trees offers innumerable kinds of support to the living things in this forest ecosystem. What is an ecosystem now? We've mentioned that a few times already. An ecosystem is a community of all the plants, animals, and natural resources in one area. An ecosystem is a community of all the plants, animals, and natural resources in one area, and the relationships they form. So how are they connected? Interconnectedness. The white oak forest ecosystem of the Cumberland Plateau includes the animals and the plants mentioned in this book, and many more. One relationship found in every ecosystem is a food chain, in which animals rely on plants and or each other for food. Oak sprouts and saplings are food for deer and rabbits. Larger trees become homes for many animals, and plants such as squirrels, birds, mosses, and even mistletoe. The white oak tree's roots hold the soil in place, making the ground stable for other plants. The roots are also help hold water both underground and in stream beds, preventing soil erosion. Trees along the streams provide shade for fish and other aquatic life. In late autumn, leaves fall to the forest floor. They decompose during the winter and mix with other decayed matter to make the soil fertile. More plants and trees grow in this rich compost, but the most important thing the oak gives to the forest is acorns. The acorn is the white oak's fruit, called a nut. In each acorn, there is one tree seed, but most of the acorns that an oak tree produces won't become new trees. Instead, many of them will provide the forest animals with food. Very important. Instead, many of them will provide the forest animals with food. Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, deer, rabbits, wild turkeys, bears, and many others would starve without the nutritious and long-lasting acorn to see them through the fall and winter of each year. But squirrels bury more acorns for the winter than they need. And the forgotten acorns, tucked away in the soil, may one day become new trees to hold the soil become new trees to hold the soil, house the birds, and feed the forest. The forest needs all inhabitants. Yes. Sometimes a large ecosystem can survive the loss of one plant or animal. The Cumberland Plateau Forest contains so much life that if one kind of snake died off, most of the plants and animals would continue to live. Any plant or animal, like a hawk, that depended on the snake for one of its important needs might die or move away. And if other plants and animals depend on the hawk, soon the loss of one living thing might become the loss of several others. But the acorn is different. It lies at the center of a vast web of animal and plant life. Without the white oak, this forest ecosystem would not survive. And we can go on to read about, well, maybe I'll just read it too, because it's such important information, such great information in here. And people cannot survive without forests. That's one of the things it mentions. Forests stabilize the land, which holds water we need to live. We drink this water, cook with it, and bathe in it or with it. Tree leaves convert carbon dioxide to oxygen, the gas we need to breathe. Some human foods and medicines come from plants in forests, and so do resources like wood for furniture and paper. When people take too many resources from the forest too quickly, the ecosystem does not have time to rebuild. It cannot sustain itself. Some species of plants or animals get sick, die, and finally disappear. The Cumberland Plateau forests have been impacted by mining, logging, and building of homes and businesses. The largest threat is from clear cutting. This is a process in which all the trees are cut and removed for a specific area. Recently, people have worked together to slow down these activities and preserve the natural state of this area. Working together, communities have been able to conserve large portions of land. And just to finish off, what can we do? We've read so many great things that need to be done, that should happen, right? But what can we do? We might be sitting there at home thinking, well, I'm so far away. What can I do? What can I do to help? Well, here are some tips. Number one, use fewer napkins and paper towels and more cloth napkins and towels. The less paper products needed, the fewer trees will be cut. Number two, collect and take your cardboard, newspapers, note papers, and letters to the recycling center. The more we recycle, the less new paper will need to be made. Number three, buy products that are made from recycled paper and cardboard. If recycled products sell well, there will be less need for new. Number four, and that's our last point for today, visit a forest near you. Take a hike, watch the wildlife, walk along a stream, take photographs. When we appreciate the forest, we do more to conserve the land, plants, and animals. And you know when you should start? Well, the book says, start today. Yes, it's not too late. Start today and change can happen. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this lovely book indeed, with lots to learn from how we can take care of our forest and indeed the ecosystem that we live in, that we survive in, and how everything plays a part in there. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And if you're a tennis fan, well, tennis fan or not, you know that Serena is playing at the US Open, and you know the Queen is playing, and this is the last tournament, and it has been such an honor, to watch Serena and be inspired and to see what she's done for the sport and what she's done out there for all, the black girls, all the kids out there, just amazing. And I've been honored, honestly, to live through seeing history being made, and I wish her very well, the very best in the next chapter of her life. But indeed, what she has done is just unmatched. She is definitely one that has inspired me a lot as well. And so, I just wanted to say thanks for that, and indeed paying homage to Serena Williams. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate it. And this one, Because of an Acorn, I hope you enjoyed it. Please find it where you find books. Find it at your local library, and indeed get to to look at it at home and enjoy turning the pages and reading all that wonderful material in there, and see what we can do to take action and make sure that we're helping protect our forests, helping protect our ecosystems. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. It has been a pleasure being with you. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you so much for staying on, for all that extra information at the back. So important. Thank you, Henry. You are very welcome. I appreciate your work. Beautiful work indeed. And thank you so much for sending it my way. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And indeed, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for being here. Pamela Courtney say, love that you read the back matter. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pamela Courtney. And indeed, please keep sending recommendations to me, and we'll make sure that we bring them here to Storytime. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Sharon Lungo and Soraya, hugs to you. Thank you so much for joining in today. Always a pleasure to be here with us, to be here with you. I appreciate you so much. And indeed, this wonderful community. Tara McNamara, thank you for being here. Spider-Man, let's see what you'll be doing tomorrow. Thank you so much. Amanda West out in listen to this, blue skies with fluffy clouds, Illinois. Of course, joining us with the amazing Sarah and Nathan. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Please don't forget to join me tomorrow, as we'll be reading another powerful book, exciting book. This one coming back to Storytime for the second time. This one is called Construction Site Road Crew Coming Through. Yes, they're coming through tomorrow. Join in. Don't miss the parade. Come here. Be here with us 7 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll also be here at 11 a.m. Pacific time for the recording. And of course, if you miss Storytime any time of day, find us at storytimewithmrlimada.com. Also at Storytime with Mr. Limada on Facebook and YouTube. Have yourselves a wonderful day today. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that indeed you do have a lovely day. Thank you. Auntie Kim, special mention to you. Thank you for being a part of the Storytime community these last few readings. And we hope to see you many more times. Thank you so much for being here with us. Everybody joining us out there, Braylon, Chad, Henry, everybody that joined in, Clara, Erin, everybody, we send you love, hugs, and wishing you a very wonderful day indeed. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Much love. Bye-bye.
He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Story time with Mr. Limada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to hear it. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to hear it.